Welcome back. If you've just tuned in, this is the Health and Wellness Show. My name is Chabet Birir, and today we are talking about fetal alcohol syndrome. This is a group of conditions that affect a child if they are exposed to alcohol before birth. And on set, of course, I have Dr. Odhiambo Nderitu, who is here to explain to us the conditions and the effects and the importance of preventing, that is, staying free from alcohol, so that your child does not, you don't give birth to a child who has fetal alcohol syndrome. Now, before we took a break, we were talking about the effects and the symptoms that come with this condition. And now we want to look at the community, starting with if you are a woman or a mother who is expecting a child. What about the man, Daktari? Yes. If the man is also an alcoholic or is addicted to alcohol, what happens? Does it affect the woman as she conceives?
Okay, thank you. Alcohol is, let me put it like this. Alcohol is a serious, very serious issue when it comes to family, because alcohol has its effects on the individual first, and then now the effects will be manifested through their actions. The man taking alcohol may not directly affect the woman or the child per se, but the actions are the ones that the consequences of now him taking the alcohol may now be the one maybe to lead to how this woman having issues with carrying the pregnancy and just being comfortable in that home. As long as the woman does not drink, it's not like smoking. You see, smoking, you can be a secondary smoker.
Yes.
I smoke and then you take what I'm puffing out. It's not like as long as the woman does not take alcohol, she is okay. But the men need to be part and parcel
of the journey.
Of the journey.
Before you talk about the journey,
yes,
there's a question on sperm count. Before you
Go
conceive,
ahead. Yes.
If the man has been taking alcohol, does it affect the development of the child? Because for a child to be born, it takes a sperm and many sperms and one wins and an ovum.
Yeah, for sure.
So what happens?
Okay, now
the man is an alcoholic.
Now let's rewind.
Let's go back
from on reproductive health risk. Let's go back completely and talk about the man. So this man is taking alcohol, is probably addicted, and of course, you're very right, Birir, it will affect the sperm.
Sperms,
It can either affect the sperm morphology. Morphology is the makeup. Sperms normally have a head and a tail.
Yes.
It can affect the sperm motility. It's not well matured, so it will not be able to swim and get to where it's supposed to get. And it can also affect the numbers. We need millions of sperms for anything to take place.
The count.
So yes, it can affect. And you see, now these are couples who have infertility issues. These are serious concerns for them, because if the sperm is not fully developed, mature, is not having a tail, so it can't swim, so it's weak, it cannot be able to do anything. So at the end of the day, these are the couples who will come and say, we are trying, but we are not able to. And that's why I said, let's go back now to reproductive health risk, because yes, now when you talk about it that way, alcohol will affect now, and then this couple will have a problem even with conception. Leave alone now even the baby having the fetal alcohol syndrome. Now they will not even be able to conceive because the sperms are not
weak.
Okay.
And what about now they've conceived?
Yes.
Does it still affect the development of the baby in the womb if the man is drinking?
It could have some level of effect. It could have some level of effect, because now we are talking genetics here.
Yes.
How
would it affect?
Still the same.
Low birth weight?
Still the same. Those you see, the genetic makeup, we depend on that from the man and that from the woman. When they come, we call them chromosomes. They come together, then they form. If now this sperm was also still not well mature, yes, it finally got away and fertilized an egg, but still it was not very well mature, then that the genetic makeup for the baby could be interfered with. Hence, you can now see some of these developmental problems coming in. So you're expecting the baby to be in a certain way, but it is not looking that way. And you see, the condition we are talking about today, it also has an effect on development of the major organs in the body. Talk about the kidney, the heart, all of them. It has a major effect on their development. So now that touches on genetics.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is very important to be sober.
Yeah, it's important
whether
to be sober.
Whether you're a man or a woman. So we've talked about the man drinking.
Yes.
And Now, let's say the woman is not drinking, but as a couple, if your husband is drinking or your partner, of course you would be tempted to also join in. So how important is it for the man or other family members to support an expectant woman through their journey to prevent fetal alcohol syndrome?
It's very important. Support systems for a pregnant woman is number one. The man can be taking alcohol, miss to make proper judgments, decisions, come and beat the wife. You know, there are also other consequences that come along with alcohol itself. So you cannot tell me I'm supporting you, my wife, and I'm drinking, and I cannot even be able to make a decision on your behalf, for example. There are women who actually really have a rough time because if the man is not able to make a decision pertaining their pregnancy, even just being there for them. And I don't know, men find a lot of things to do when women get pregnant. Me, I don't know how they get A or B's to do when the woman is actually gravid. You know, when they are in their third trimester, that's when you start missing out, you know, the men miss out in action. And that is the time now the women really need them. Now, you cannot say that I am supporting you and I am not even there. I am not even there to even just encourage you. How are you feeling today? Let me give you a massage, you know. So the support system around this woman must be so strong to make sure that when we say no alcohol, it is no alcohol. We will all try so that we don't take that alcohol at the end of the day.
So the man
because the environment,
either stop.
The man should try
completely.
They may not stop.
Just manage for the period of the pregnancy.
They may not stop. Truth be said, and these are things, you know, these are issues we meet firsthand. You know, the couple comes and this woman is complaining about the man, and then the man is saying, now you see, now what will I do? I have to do this. I have stress.
Yeah,
but for sure, they may not stop, but they can be encouraged so that at least they can be
reduce.
For me, I'll tell them to stop, but they can reduce. They can reduce their intake and be there for the women because, be real, outside here, you know, when we are here and when we are there is very different. In the community, things are very different on the ground. Women are really suffering because they don't have someone to hold their hand. That is why some of them even end up going so that, or calling their grandmothers or their mothers to come and stay with them.
They go and stay with
their
parents
in the duration of the pregnancy. So it's important. All I'm saying is it's important. If we are saying no alcohol with the time we are pregnant, let's all try not to take alcohol because it's not all about what fetal alcohol syndrome. It's also about other effects. We can have beating of the wife. We can have, you know, just making. And you see, what if the man is the breadwinner? Now I will sleep hungry because you went and finished all the money taking. Even financial implications are there. You know, so social, name them. So they are very key issues. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Now we've talked about the partner, and now there's the community.
Yes.
Before we went for a break, you said it was very important to involve the community in preventing fetal alcohol syndrome and the effects that come with it.
Yeah.
So how can we involve communities in preventing this?
Number one, sensitization.
Like what we are doing now.
That sensitization is the biggest number one thing we need to do. We need, you see, the way we work in hospitals, we think everything is okay. We think 1 + 1 is 2, but 1 + 1 can also be 11. It is not the same. I'm working in an Aga Khan hospital, and I think because I'm seeing my clients and they look okay, it's okay also in the community. It is our role to get out of our comfort zones and move to the community and sensitize the community about alcohol. Number two, programs. Programs should be put in place to make sure that we educate the community. And the community begins from that one woman, goes to the family at large, and then goes to everyone else. They need to understand that there are detrimental effects that come along with alcohol intake. And it is not easy. You can go to a community and start telling them how they have a problem with alcohol. They'll chase you away. You must know how to enter a community because they will just wonder, who told you we have a problem? They are just okay. And some of these problems that communities have, they have normalized. It's okay. I think cultures are really different.
They're different.
Yeah, there are people who really value, look at the beer they make, changa, you know, they really value those. So you can go, you want to assist them, but if you don't have a good entry, the approach, then you will miss out, yeah? So we also need to find ways of entering the communities and making sure we have programs, safe motherhood programs. There's a concept in reproductive health we call safe motherhood. Teach them about the delays There are delays to seeking care, to accessing care, to receiving care. Women will not go. They'll say, Mimi,
this is
I'm
my
just,
second child.
I'm experienced. Yeah, I'll not go anywhere. But yet, they need help because they are taking alcohol probably. And you know, one of the myths and misconception is that a small alcohol for the pregnant mother is good.
Not bad. I thought so too, actually.
You actually thought so?
Yeah. Some little wine
is good
a
for
glass
you. A glass
is good for the stomach.
Now, I'm emphasizing again.
Some women, let me tell you, some mothers actually say Guinness is good for kuosha mtoto.
And Coca-Cola.
So unasema,
and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I've heard all that.
So unasema hiyo yote ni
no, there is nothing like
uongo.
that. Anaosha mtoto ni mchafu. Is the baby dirty? Yeah. So there is nothing like that. And Coca-Cola is also one of them. The Coca-Cola goes and the Guinness goes and cleanses the baby. You've seen babies who are born with white substance on their bodies. It's not that. It's just something. It's a byproduct of something. Yeah. So you see. At the end of the day, there are women who will just wait until the last minute. There's a woman I went to see in County Meru. This woman is in the house on drugs, on alcohol, on bangi, on everything. She's in the house and she's 8 months pregnant. Wait until that baby was born. That is when she saw what the magnitude of what we were talking about. Yeah. So people don't realize it. So programs. Teach the women on danger signs during pregnancy. Tell them to go and seek help whenever they need to get pregnant or whenever they are planning for their pregnancy. And then we have to also to work with the government. Governments, they have, they have put in place so many working. I don't know if I say working. If I say working, I'll be maybe going away. But they have programs that can support this, some of these agendas that we have on the grassroots.
Okay.
So government can also come in and we can use our leaders to get to that point where we are saying, okay, we need resources 1, 2, 3. Like now I was telling you, Birir, I think there are only 2 hospitals that take care of this fetal alcohol in Kenya.
2 hospitals.
You can imagine those are the only hospitals empowered, and that's a huge gap. Yes. So we need more. We need to come. And you see, even these NGOs and organizations, they don't really touch on this condition, but they just take care generally. You know, you don't need to be pregnant, but as long as you have problems with drugs, they take care. Like Nakada, they don't really go. But now we are saying we can still get help from them.
We can still get help.
So,
lakini prevention is better than cure. Kwa hivyo, tusikunywe pombe, tukunywe uji na chai. Uji ya real. The real uji and the real tea. All right. Thank you so much, Daktari. But what needs to be done to ensure that there's, better support for women and children who are facing fetal alcohol syndrome issues?
Now, we need to start from I don't know which beginning we need to go to which beginning. But this is what needs to be done. Number 1, research.
Research. And when you talk about research, I totally agree with you, because when you go on the internet, the research that comes is from US, UK.
Exactly.
There is no research, not even one.
Not even one in Kenya. Yes.
Even Africa, there's a huge gap.
Yes.
So what do you think needs to be done? And
even to top up that, leave alone research first, awareness programs. They're also very few. Actually, in Kenya, I think we only have one that is run by Nakada. Then we have another one by, it's a school program, Driving the Future. It's a school program. We also have International Center for Reproductive Health. Yeah. And some of us are also coming up. I also have an organization called Ultimate Maternal Insights, and I am working in the community. I am seriously in the community because that is my role. So you see, at the end of the day, as long as we don't have data to guide our next move, we are stuck.
You cannot solve a problem without data.
We can't. It's not possible.
How can we empower? Is it medics? Is it researchers? Who needs to do this research?
Wow, we are all part and parcel of it. We are part and parcel of it. So, of course, now, I will not say those who are in the medical field alone. No, we can still partner with the counties. We can still partner with, we have researchers, there are people who just specialized in the research line. There are even organizations like Cambry who have specialized in that. And, but there needs to be a starting point. Like, for example, if I'm working in a hospital, I can decide maybe to carry out a research and use the resources within the hospital to not go out. If I'm working in a community center somewhere in the village somewhere, then I can talk to the county to help me, facilitate me to carry out the research. But we will not move. And you are very right, Birir. There is limited information pertaining the fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. very limited.
I agree.
Because look at even the screening. You see, screening, we cannot screen. We need to find better ways of screening. We need to find better ways of, looking at how nutrition plays a key role in enhancing this. Because for me, I'll only talk about the supplements. Can we explore other nutritional benefits or options that can now come in place and help this woman or this client? But you see, at the end of the day, because this condition does not have cure, still we are going back there.
We are going
this
back.
Condition doesn't have a cure.
And I like what you're saying, because you've also talked about stigma.
Exactly.
The stigma that comes with fetal alcohol syndrome when these kids have cognitive, behavioral, and physical issues. How do we help the community to embrace these children? Because then again, the children did not choose to be born with fetal alcohol syndrome.
Unfortunately.
So how can the society help these children?
Still, sensitization. And where does it come from? You see now, for us who, let me say, we are enlightened on some of this, probably because we stepped into a classroom. And that is why one of the solutions to the problem should also be school-based programs. Can we tailor those programs within schools, even if it is whatever level, university, call it tertiary, we need to put it so that at least when I go to class as a midwifery lecturer, and I'm talking about pregnancy complications, can I talk about some of this so that now you are my ambassador when you go out there, you are able to talk about it. So it really, we need institutions, learning institutions to come, facilities that, take care of these clients, community, but at the end of the day, it starts from somewhere.
Yes.
The community will just sit down and say, this child looks how, and they'll just not do anything about it. They'll just stigmatize. Yeah, and they will not do anything about it. But if someone takes a step and says, no, let me go to village A and tell them about this. But you see, this someone who's also stepping out must be empowered from somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, you are the change.
You are the change.
You are the change. I can decide with all this my knowledge that I have and all this my masomo to just sit on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So speak about it.
Speak about
share
it.
Information and learn from experience. I'd say it's better to learn from the experience of others than to learn from your own experience.
Yes.
So if you've seen a child who has fetal alcohol syndrome and you want to be an expectant mother, avoid alcohol. If you want to, conceive a child, just avoid alcohol altogether. Like Dr. Nderitu says, it's better to be safe than sorry. Thank you so much, Daktari. Now let's talk about what the government needs to do. We've talked about sensitization from community level, from you as a doctor and as a sexual reproductive health expert. But the government, when it comes to now preventing, what should they do? And also, in managing the conditions, how easy it is. How easy is it to manage fetal alcohol syndrome?
It is not easy. You see all those factors that surround that condition. It is not easy. No one wants to have a child that looks like that.
And it is lifelong.
It is lifelong. It's not something that will end tomorrow. And maybe, Birir, before I go on, I don't know if we can have people to come out and speak about, people who now have that. I don't know where we can get them, but it will be very difficult to come out and just talk about this.
But is it easy to, for a child to know that I am this way because my parents took alcohol?
Now when they grow, maybe when they grow and maybe they are now wondering why they are different, maybe now they can be told. But during that developmental stage when they are very young,
they can't.
In fact, even I've seen parents who punish their children for being hyperactive, being impulsive, not listening to them, behavioral, and you're punishing a child who is sick.
And it's not their fault.
And it is not their fault. So anyway, you are talking about the government. Government is government. Government exists because they have people down here who they need to support and to uplift in whatever services they are offering. So for them is to make sure that. And you see, even government needs to be fed with information. So it's just that now it's unfortunate in Kenya, this is not a very loud condition. It's not a loud condition. We need to do something about it. So but government, awareness has to be we really need to go out and create awareness. But at the end of the day, government can only come in when now they have good information, they have data. They also work with, tangible evidence-based information and some document written to explain what is happening, and also to facilitate that process by making sure we have resources to go out and make sure we get these clients and talk to them about it, and to make sure that we are able to refer them accordingly. Because government, we have governmental organizations that run the disability program, for example, and we can have our children, these children go there and they can even learn for free.
Yeah.
Some of these conditions now, they are very difficult. You can imagine a child who is like this learning with the other normal ones. They'll even just segregate him or not interact with him so much. So their programs are there. Government have programs, I know. But like I said, I'm worried because Kenya, this is not loud.
It's not loud.
Is not loud.
There's limited research. There's no data.
Yes, there's no data. So it's a wake-up call, really. It's a wake-up call. In fact, I think I need to go and talk to a few of my colleagues. We go and carry out a research somewhere.
A study.
Yeah, so that at least we can inform the relevant stakeholders, and then we run along with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but they can do something. They can do something.
Something can be done.
Something can be done.
All right. How about now? If my parents took alcohol,
yeah,
tunasema iko kwa damu. So if does it affect whether I will be an alcoholic or not if my parents were alcoholics?
No.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
So hiyo watu kusema iko kwa damu, bibi bado nitakunywa, si makosa yangu.
Hiyo iko kwa damu ya hii condition, it does not apply.
It does not apply.
Yeah, the child can grow, they can be taught, they can be educated, and they'll still be okay. Yeah.
So there's no genetic component of alcoholism.
Very small percentage.
Very small percentage.
Very small percentage. Yeah,
okay.
Very small.
So there's no excuse for drinking.
That's a personal choice.
It's a personal choice.
But of course, there are some who are introduced to it. Let's not just put it as a blanket.
But yeah, I agree with you. It's a personal choice because at the end of the day, hata ukikuwa introduced,
yes,
the decision to stop is with you.
Who is within
and
yourself.
And to start is also with you.
Exactly.
So be careful. The friends you hang out with.
I like that point.
Peer pressure is real. Hapo kwa peer pressure sasa.
Peer pressure.
As we finish, we have like 1 minute left. Your advice as a mother. I know you're a mother.
I am a mom.
So advise Gen Zs who think that drinking alcohol while expecting children is okay. What do you have to say?
Yeah, our young daughters and sons. I have a big son, by the way. And all I want to say is that we sugarcoat a lot of things. We play safe for no reason. There's nothing like alcohol is good for some time, I'll feel good, and now at the end of it, all my problems go out. There's nothing like that. It's either you're taking alcohol and it will affect you, or you're not taking it and you'll be safe. So the truth has to be said. And let me tell you, Birir, parents are not doing a good job. I don't know if we fear our children, or we think we are not loving them by correcting them. So at the end of the day, I would like to say, you are not safe with alcohol. Whichever way you want to look at it, you are not safe with alcohol. At the end of the day, once you have that information, now it is upon you to decide, do I want to go that direction of taking the alcohol, or I will not take alcohol?
Mambo ni mawili.
Mambo ni mawili. Don't play safe.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daktari, for joining us. That's been an amazing conversation about fetal alcohol syndrome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, our takeaway points are that prevention is better than cure. If you want to get a child, it's better to avoid alcohol altogether than to be sorry for giving birth to a child with fetal alcohol syndrome. Of course, for the children who have already been diagnosed with fetal alcohol syndrome, the parents do not hide your children, expose them to the help that they need to manage their conditions as they grow. And of course, to the government and researchers and policymakers is to do research and data so that we can better solve the problem, because the numbers could be higher than we already have. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Chabet Birir. Have a lovely evening.